Hey all, welcome to Homestead. On today's docket, we are going to work on making that paddock area I talked about in a previous video for the cows, primarily for the cows, while I do the perimeter fence so we can pin them up, but you still have them have a place to graze so that in case it takes a day or two, or if I expose a section of fence and don't have time to plug it up, we can keep them safe inside that little paddock area, and we can use it for future uses as well, either rotational grazing or when we get sheep, or however we're going to do that. So got some posts here and some T-posts here. I'm going to load that up with the auger and some concrete, and we're going to go out and start making a fence. All right, let's go. Okay, so I got out here yesterday and did a little bit of prep work on where I'm going to be at. So we're basically going off of the corner of the shelter there, and we're going to come straight along here to this corner here, and we're meeting up with that corner right there. So I'm gonna, it's not gonna be perfectly square, but it's gonna be functionally square. And that's the idea. So I'm gonna use the straight line from that fence there, which is gonna just come this way. Gonna basically use that as my guide for where approximately I'm in line with where I want this line to be, set my corner. And once I have my corner set, then I can run some string to make sure I get a nice straight line as I tamp down all the T-posts along the way. I'm not going to do an L corner because I think I'm going to put a gate. See, now I'm saying that here, I don't know if I'm going to put a gate on this side or on this side. I'm going to put the gate on one of the sides, and basically the corner is going to be the very end of, let's say I put the gate over here. So the corner will be the H-brace end of this fence, and then the gap for the gate, and then the H-brace that'll support the gate, and that fence there. And I think that should be sufficient, again, for what we're doing with this. You can see it's going to give about a 500 square foot area that the cows will still be able to graze on and poop. We'll probably need to get in here and scoop their poop a little bit more, a little management, depending on how long they're in here at any given stretch. Ideally, when I go out and I start doing the perimeter fence, ideally I'm going to do it in such a way that we're never going to have them in here for more than a day or two at a time. That's my goal. We'll see what reality is. So with all that said, I'm going to pick a spot. It's probably going to have a ton of rocks right directly underneath it. And I'm going to drill my first post hole, and we'll get this party started. Okay. As you can see, Strawberry and Patch left me a present to work on right there. Okay, now I got my string up, so I've got a nice straight line to work with where I'm going on each side. So now I can put my other posts, drill the holes for them and get them set, and get them firming up while I do the T-posts and everything else. like that. This project isn't going to be finished today, time and everything like that, but we're going to get a good bite on it. So going to keep going. Oh, I decided I am going to put my gate on this side because from where I'm going to here is about 105 feet, give or take. And so if I put the gate span in there, then I'm using less than 100 feet because I'm using the welded wire, not the fence field for this. So if I can get 100 feet of it, then I've got a single straight span. You know where I'm going with that. So that's why I'm gonna put the gate on that side. Okay, got all the posts set. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. Obviously not gonna put the H part up yet. I'm gonna let these set up, the concrete set up probably overnight. But we can move on to driving the T-posts, which I didn't bring because I wasn't sure how long this was gonna take me. So I'm gonna take a little bit of a break, go get those, and you'll just fast forward to this part. Okay, so we are in a nice rainy, icky day, but we have a pause. This is actually part 2 of my day. The first part you probably saw in another video previous to this one about the temporary chicken turkey tractor thing. So this is what I'm done with that. Now I'm moving on to address this. Unfortunately, I just don't have enough time left in this day to stretch the fence today. Just ain't gonna happen. I know it's not gonna happen, so there's no point in me rushing to make it happen. But what I can do is I can get the cross braces, the H braces up. I can get the crisscross done using some old spare barbed wire and get it ready to stretch. And part of that is I did not want to spend money on one of the wire fence stretchers. Tractor Supply wants like $80 for one, which is fine. But all it really is a 2x4 with bolts and a clamp that the bolts squeeze the fence to and allows you to grab the whole fence and stretch at the same time. I think, you know what, I could probably put something like that together. So I'm gonna try that. So I might do that after I'm done with this today. Might just save it to her next week to start my weekend activities, if this is what I'm working on next week. I don't know that it is. So I thought I would get set up and just have you watch this part because this is part of the build too. We'll get the H braces up. I've gone back to using the rebar. I think I remember that from previous videos. So basically the idea is I'm going to find a nice level spot here, run a string between them with a level on it, mark where I want them, approximate centers, drill a 1/2 inch hole through the posts, drill a 1/2 inch hole into each end of the H brace once I cut it to size, and basically it just slides on there and acts like a giant nail, holds it in place, and then the cross bracing, the barbed wire tension is actually what's keeping it all locked in. So I'm gonna get set up and get started. H braces are up. I decided not to do the crisscross today. I don't like the barbed wire that I pulled, so I'm gonna see if I can find some better pieces, or maybe get some just some regular tensile wire to do that with later on. So right now I'm gonna go and get cleaned up, and I think I'm just gonna call it a day and enjoy the rest of my time with my family for the day, because that's important too. You gotta take time to be with the family, to do the things that are important that you're doing all this stuff for, right? All right, I'm gonna go do that, and you guys are gonna fast forward now. I think this is my day for indecisiveness, because I just changed my mind again. I'm actually gonna wrap this video. This will be the end of this for now. I'll make a part 2 next week, or whenever I get around to actually stretching the fence, because what I'll do is I'll show you what I'm doing with the tensioner. Also the idea I have with the gate. I think it's going to work. I still need to kind of work it out a little bit, but we'll throw that in there and we'll actually stretch the fence, and we'll finish this project hopefully next week, if that's in the cards. If not, then the week after. We've got some chickens to butcher coming up soon, and it's just getting into that season. It's always getting into that season, isn't it? So I will say God be with you all in all that you do. And remember, keep the faith and keep up the fight. God bless. Bye-bye.